The thing is, I don't even know how to check if this thing is live. I think it does work now. Yeah, it does. Finally. Finally got everything fixed again. Let me see if the bracket has been updated so I can show you guys. Oh, it has been indeed. Right, so this is it. We've got Puff Bros versus Wolcyon. Now, both of these teams have been showing some interesting performances. So I'm sure this would also be interesting to watch. But we're gonna be taking on this one, of course. And I think this might be really close. We have not seen Tasket yet today. But they have been the second best team so far in the American regional. So hopefully we can get a close match here. And this is the entire bracket. Only those four are left. Maybe here I can switch. It was Alt or Control. I switch Control. I can switch cameras here then. Maybe we can go Cam 2 for this one. If this map gets played, of course. In theory, one map might not be played, since we now have 6 maps. So even though it's best of 5, there is a small chance that we might not see this map again today. We've seen lots of air control, actually. Lots of air control, lots of hoop. No pipes, no beginnings. So far, those two have either been banned or ended up as the 6th map. Because air control is a fairly normal map. But I think sometimes, if you feel like you're the inferior team, you just go for the shitshow maps. Because you have a better chance. If you go for a normal map and the other team is more skilled, then you're pretty much guaranteed to lose. But when you have pipes or massive jumps, crazy precision, then you never know. Could be a valid threat, honestly. Oh, let's see. No more bans, just picks. And then one map gets left hanging. I get it. They love sideswipe. I just don't like it because it switches to KM2 all the time. Let's see. What do Tasket go for? Of course. But we will see pipe dance. It's guaranteed. For the first time, at least we are guaranteed to watch pipe dance. And maybe beginnings. Alright, hoop is out. We have seen enough of hoop. I'm okay with this. Could I beat him on sideswipe? However, drove clean. It's a difficult map to drive clean. Not gonna lie. Like, it's not a map where you're in the lead and you can just chill. Like, it's stressful until you cross the finish line. It's really not easy. Yeah, they're fast. Well, Onyx absolutely smashed Puff Bros on sideswipe. So the pick makes perfect sense. I never listened to music back then. So I just added music from all of the games. Back when I played that game, I played with sound off completely. Music off, engine off. Like engine sound off. Didn't play in the freewheel. Because you don't need gears for NASCAR. I would agree. The music from that game is so much better than music from this game. This game has it the worst. And TM2 music is the best. Like Stadium, Valley. Valley is so good as well. Valley has next level music. TM2 Stadium and Valley are just elite. Nah. But there goes Cackney already. On his map pick. But just look at how big the gap is after this start. Like, the start here is really not easy. The first reactor part is maybe even the hardest reactor part. Because you can just lose so much time. Even if you do survive. Huge mistake by Richie. And all of a sudden, Noisia is the only player on a clean run. 1 second ahead. And for Cackney, that was a 7-second mistake. Well, almost 8 second. That should still be fine. The lead he has is big. Okay, I'm gonna switch to Cam 3 just to see if he makes it after this. Goes for the spin. I'm stuck. He goes safe, gets overtaken by Neil. Richie with the respawn. Cackney overtakes. Why is it not allowing me? Switch to Cam 3. I swear this worked last time. It worked for APEC. Start is the hardest part. I fully agree. This is insanely difficult. Like, not to survive, but to do well. You can easily survive and lose 0.3. And it just sucks. Like, look, Neil has just lost 0.8. Or maybe I gotta be in follow, but then I gotta do everything manually. I guess we'll just stay in Cam 2 then the entire way. It's just a mess for spectating. I feel like a lot of maps in this map pack are really bad for watching. Because sometimes you can go left or right in the finish, so you can't see who finishes first, or like this map is just a mess in general because of the cameras. It's not very viewer friendly. But either way, huge chance for Onyx to ace here. Both with the spin. Not sure if he got it. No, I had to go safe. He's lucky there to even get the plastic. Because he almost missed. Yeah, Neil has a 111. And that plus the grass transition uphill. Nah, that part is easy. Grass transition is just like a mini release. That part is just super easy. It's just this reactor. Let's see, Richie has 109.17, that's good. There goes Cackney again in the start. Neil keeps losing a lot. Like, you can tell that he's not well trained here. Like, he's really trying his best, he's just trying to survive, but unless you have the muscle memory here, you're always gonna lose multiple tenths in the start. So his best bet is probably just drive these rounds, hope for mistakes by Onyx, and hope that Richie will get the first places. Then maybe he can scam a few second places by Onyx failing the start or the end. Noisia is on the run again, but needs to get the end. Richie's approach, of course, faster. Richie with more speed, and Richie does finish 1,000 ahead of Noisia. Victory. Wow, that was close. He almost missed the finish. This was picked by Onyx. There's no reason why Teskid would pick this. But this time it's Noisia at the back. Seems like Onyx just cannot do the start well together. One of them always a bit behind. Although this time this is much better, but then Cackney gets stuck on the left side, so he will end up in last, quite far behind. Has to respawn even. They're just not playing anywhere near as well as against Puff Bros. Cackney especially struggling a lot here. That's good. Just want to get those little victories in. 1 point by 1 point. Let's see. I mean, Richie even has the faster strategy. We'll get it again. Neil makes it in third. Like, Onyx still have a really good chance, simply because Neil is super slow here.
Victory.
And Richie's times are beatable. Like, this is not bad, but definitely beatable. What he's driving. But they gotta avoid the big mistakes. Now this is looking good for Onyx. One of them riding first, the other one fighting with Richie for second. And now Teskid are in trouble. How does Richie save this? 0.2 of a gap now. Keeps the gear at least. Oh, goes much tighter. Will allow him to catch up quite a bit. But then once again loses everything in the next part. Now it's around 0.50, super close. And he does have the fastest strategy in the end. Can Richie win the round? Gets the plastic bounce. Richie from third to first, but gets second in the end. Cackney misses the finish. Neil with a PB. Second PB for Neil this match. Big miss there by Cackney because Richie once again jumped too far left. At one point it looked like he was gonna win the round, but... Really? And Noisia clipped the first available obstacle. And once again, how do they ace when this happens? And Cackney messes up the grass uphill so Teskid can actually win now. I mean, Neil has been a bit slower, but the key thing is he's not making big mistakes. So this could actually be enough. Teskid could win on Onyx's map pick. This would be huge. Not like this. Not like this. Big gaps. But Neil cannot go save here. You need to be over 1 second ahead. Or around 1 second, let's say. In order to go for the safe finish. So he does go for the risky and makes the jump. Noisia makes it. Cackney makes it as well. Yeah, a very slow round. And that was the chance for Teskid. Will they get punished? That is now the question. Because the part where Richie crashed and respawned is very easy in comparison to everything else on this map. Both Onyx players were in the mud at that point. That was a huge opportunity to win on your opponent's map pick. Is it gonna come back to bite them in the ass? Right now a victory would be enough, however Neil is too far behind to make that happen. Better angle for Cackney. And once again a better angle, which allows him to go up to second. But we know that Richie can have a better ending. As long as he has a straighter trajectory after the plastic bounce. That is good enough. That will be enough to at least secure another round. Another match PB for Noisia. That is a very nice time. 9-9. Who is gonna take this? Clean start for Onyx. That is huge. And Neil is only 0.2 behind. Makes that jump there as well. Gets a little bit of airtime, but doesn't drop the gear, which is really important. Now it's Cackney in last, once again having trouble on the grass section. Comes back strong and overtakes Neil, so right now it's looking like an Onyx round. Can they keep it like this? Neil is trying to attack Cackney with more exit speed out of the reactor section. And Neil is completely out of this one. But Richie has made his way into first. Are we going into overtime? Gotta stay on board with Richie here. Who needs to make this. Otherwise, it's over. That looks good. Slow, very slow. He cannot make it and it's over. So that mistake by Richie proves to be crucial and gives the map to Onyx in the end, who were so bad in the beginning but managed to turn it around. Ah, they had it. That's the thing. They could have beat Onyx on Onyx's best map. And Richie just crashed what's almost a PF part. Like, it's one of the easiest parts of the map. There's so many sections on that map that are really difficult, and that is just not one of them. And just like that, they lose. Let's see how strong they are mentally. Can they bounce back? This is, of course, their map pick. Let's see what they can do. Richie has 1:15.12 and Neil has 1:17.09. So I would imagine he was untrained for the first regional. Can he improve now? Once again, I guess the worst start. Drops the gear even. This doesn't drop it again, because that can happen. And that is a complete round killer. But look at this. Both Onyx players gunning for the first place. It's so close. Will anyone get scammed here? They all managed to keep gear 3. Once again. And this time it's Richie with the slowdown on Bob. Everything is going Onyx way right now. Just the identity left. No slowdowns. That looks very good. The end jump is not difficult at all. Onyx with the back-to-back aces. And Neil with the PB. Plus 1 second. Yeah, looks like Onyx might be the second best team here indeed. Maybe even the best team, who knows? In the regional, I mean. Yeah, because Neil, I don't really know what he's doing, but these are not the lines. I'm surprised he's not out of the map yet. With those lines. Huge chance again for Onyx. Let's see their PBs. Noisia has 0.4, Cackney 0.5. So a lot slower compared to Richie's PB, but then again, it doesn't mean anything if you cannot do it in rounds. Nice bounce there for Noisia. Cackney with the slowdown that Richie got last time. Happens when you hit the bob with the side of your wheel. And Cackney goes down to last all the way. So chance for Tasket to get 1 point back. There goes Richie in first. Neil seals the victory.
Victory.
Tasket trying to come back. Now Richie, of course, carrying hard. Doesn't get a slowdown from that, but will lose a bit compared to Noisia. Gets a nice nose slide though, and look at the speed difference compared to Noisia, who couldn't keep the nose slide all the way to the jump. Neil also overtaking Noisia. Right now Tascad trying to get another victory at least. This is a map they cannot afford to lose. And this round is looking quite good. Different approaches, and Cackney does it so much better. But then Cackney completely messes up the jump onto Bob. So now it's up to Noisia to make sure they don't get aced. Richie, I don't even know what to say. How did he not get a slowdown from that? Like, his wheel was off, and usually on ice you cannot scam as much as you can on tarmac and various forms of platform. Richie, they're really bending the physics of the game. How he didn't get a slowdown is beyond me. Ice is random anyway. Yeah, Richie, the Ice Lord. Turns ice into a speed boost. Neil with a little bump. So with that, Tasca, they're actually in the lead because Noisia also respawned and allowed Neil to get second. Again, Neil just nice and easy. He's taking this like a walk in the park. He knows that Richie's got it. So now we're at a point where Richie can win this on his own. Of course, it would be quite difficult, but in theory he can do it. They've got that 1 point lead. As long as he wins every round, it's gonna be good enough. But once again, Cackney overtakes in that section. This time Cackney makes it onto the bob block. Oh, Noisia with a big mistake. Even Neil should be able to catch up. As Cackney is overtaking Richie as well, who gets the better downhill. Looks like it might be Cackney. Super close, and Richie just gets the better jump. But Neil has no speed, and Noisia gets third.
Draw.
Always a circus this ending. So still 1 point lead for Tascad. That is a rough landing for Cackney. Big mistake by Neil, I think. And even Cackney overtakes. I feel like we might be seeing a few more draws here. Noisia also drops the gear, so Richie has a pretty big lead. Now this can still go wrong in many, many ways. From this point, there are many gears that he needs to manage. The first one coming right up. And there he goes. Drops down to second. And out of nowhere, Noisia is contesting. Here he comes. Better setup. We'll have more exit speed, so Noja out of nowhere isn't first even. All that because of one gear and one bad ice light setup. Richie trying different finish jumps. Noja bouncing off the crossbar there. Yeah, Puff Bros are playing pipe. We'll be seeing the pipe map after this too.
Victory.
If we ever get there. Because this is super close. Exactly equal start. Can they all keep the no slide? But much better ice slide for Neil. Still loses quite a bit compared to the others. But at least survives, unlike Cackney. And this right now is a really big chance for Tascad. At least to secure that 1 point lead again, which would then allow Richie to win on his own in the next round. So this is really important. As long as they keep these positions. Neil has 3 seconds. So he can just chill. And Richie needs to make sure he beats Noja. Like for Neil, dropping down to gear 2 is perfectly fine there. And Richie has even extended the lead. That should be good enough. Has to go for the risky, of course. Richie gets it. Neil also gets it. So 9-8 for Tascad. Pretty good time for a match like this. So all eyes on Richie now. Can Richie secure first? He has definitely been the best individual player so far, but as we saw in the previous map, even he can make mistakes here and there. We know that Neil does not really have a realistic chance to get first here. And that is a nice start. Now he needs to beat both players, otherwise this could go into overtime. Second is not enough for Richie here. But he has such a huge gap, look at this. Both Onyx players stumbling left and right. He has almost 1 second now. Just needs to keep gear 3. That is good. And now avoid the slowdown and get gear 3. Very good. Nice entry, very safe. Not even close to the edge. He can go safe here. He could have just taken the real block. Decides not to. And that is good enough. Nicely done. Very dominant by Richie. Really impressive that he was able to pull this off. Given how many rounds he had to win in order for Tascad to win this map. Amazing performance, honestly. Do you like that comp maps are often 80 seconds long? Would you prefer shorter maps? I like the way it is. I'm okay with this. I'm an endurance player. I would love 6 laps again. Give me 7 minutes of playtime. The longer the better, honestly. Now the shorter the maps are, the less I like it. So 1-1. And we are guaranteed to see beginnings as well, for the first time today. I knew that would happen, I just expected Utsep to say it. Nobody going for the J-Swag line. Good start, even by Neil, has a 128. So I think we can expect a new PB this round. On to the first pipe. Neil with the biggest risk, and that is not even close. Like, that would never ever work, what he tried. But Richie, as usual, is first. The two Onyx players just waiting for a mistake. Cackney with the attack, but lucky to even still stay on the pipe after that. Richie was far on the outside, makes it. Cackney also makes it. And Neil with a respawn, but he was dead last anyway. So 116-1, which on this map can be enough, as you can see. That Neil is struggling here. Like, at this point, maybe the safe route might even be better. If he's struggling this much. I have no clue how much slower the safe routes are. So I don't know if it's better to just full safe the pipes and go glacially slow. Or do you maybe want to take the safe routes if you're really bad on pipes? I guess the easy solution is just practice the pipes. But Neil is already 0.7 behind, 0.87 now. And the other three are all making their way through the first pipe. Richie with a lot more exit speed. And Neil actually overtakes Cackney, so Neil must have had an amazing pipe there. Huge chance now for Tascat, as long as Neil can survive the other two. Lots of releases, that is good enough. As Richie is still first. No, that isn't. This map might take a while. But I think Onyx here just wait for a mistake by Richie. Because the question is, how many rounds can he drive without falling off a pipe? So maybe they just focus on beating Neil every round. And then at some point, if Richie falls off, it's an ace automatically. They don't really have to push to beat Richie. Just beat Neil. And eventually there's gonna be one round for sure where Richie doesn't make it. That could be a viable strategy here. Everything's safe except last one is 119. Yeah, better than what he's doing. So once again, this is exactly what I mean. Like, Neil is so far behind. They do not have to attack here at all. Just focus on surviving and nothing else. That's very good. So even if Richie just gets a slow pipe, they still win. But they gotta make sure they just survive. On to the second one. Oh, very nice by Richie. Back into first, but it's super close. 1,000 between the players. And Richie makes it again. Insane last pipe. 1:15.21. That is very good. Ignore this world record. This is not realistic for rounds. Nobody will drive anywhere near that.
Draw.
Any 114 is really, really good here. But usually even these low 115s are enough. Yeah, Neil is already quite far behind. Decent bug slide though. How many rounds can Richie win? Okay. How he survived, I have no idea. But there, Cackney makes the crucial mistake. And with that, Neil is actually not in last for once, which is huge. And now we're in the territory of Richie actually being able to win this on his own. Has a massive lead, he should not fall off here. It's 1.5. If you have 1.5, this is not that difficult. This is extremely difficult when it's close. But when you're far ahead, you can take it so safe. That's exactly what he's doing. No, he's also with a respawn. They're actually gonna lose. 122.38. And it's enough for an ace. So they've done the exact opposite of what I said. I said just chill and beat Neil. And they both just fell off. What? Oh no, Neil is getting better. Neil problem. Well, the problem is he finished second instead of last. What is the problem? But Richie is not happy. Maybe he wanted to time them out and win that way. He wanted to win on his own. He just saw Neil get second and he's like, nah. I'm not happy with this. I don't want to win by acing with my teammate getting second. I want to win by timing everyone out. Crazy. Wonder where Richie got his Neil-sized backpack from. Yeah, listen, Neil got second. Cackney was 21 seconds behind. It's all good. Neil was just too excited. They're actually gonna win at this point because Richie looks pretty good on these pipes. And now the whole situation is completely different. Now they can't just chill. Now they actively gotta try and beat Richie. There's a chance. Well, look at this. Yeah, that pause really didn't work for Richie, who was flawless up until that point. Neil sabotaging his own team. So now it's up to Neil to somehow get second here. Can he do it? I mean, he hasn't fallen off, but he needs a mistake. Which will not happen. Yeah, Onyx are back in. Neil problem. PB for Neil, but not enough. Cackney was busy on the last map. Look, he's so excited. But this time he remembers to drive the next round. Alright, back to square one. It's equal once again. And now they know that Richie is human. And that he can fall off the pipes. Now, all of a sudden, the momentum is definitely on the Onyx side. One more mistake by Richie and Tescat are in huge trouble. Never mind. Onyx with the self-destruct yet again. Neil has made it. Cackney has to win this now. 8-7 would mean Richie has to win only 2 more. And he's definitely capable of that. Super close. More speed for Cackney. Richie trying to strike back with the inside line. Who lands quicker? Should be Cackney. Huge. New PB for him. That is a huge first place. Very, very important.
Draw.
That he doesn't allow Tescat to have a lead. PB's left, right, and center. But Neil is indeed getting better and better. Different lines everywhere. Neil, less than 0.5 behind, which on this map is fine. You can make up the difference on the pipes. Like on this map, you can even be a second behind before the pipes and just catch up. As long as you don't do that. Neil problem again. So Richie has to secure first. They're kind of close though. So we have 2 fights. Let's see. Richie gets it. Noisia had to slow down late, but makes it. Neither of these have to take any risk. And they don't. Now let's see the fight for third. Yeah, Neil falls. Not a really nice time by Richie. 8-8.
Draw.
But he can make a mistake, as we've seen. Just one more, and it could be enough for Onyx. Now they are close enough to the 10-point threshold. It's fine. It's fine, it's the pipe map. On air control, this is almost game over, but it's fine here. Almost back into third. There he goes, the number is 3. Onto the first pipe. Richie needs to make it, but Cackney with the respawn. And Neil has also made it. So all of a sudden, Tesket can win. And Noisia has to beat Richie, but how does he do that? Cackney with another respawn, he's dead last. Neil has the 3rd place locked. I mean, Noisia has the full risk. But at this point, I'm not sure it's even possible to catch up this much, but there goes Richie. Noisia! What a save! And that will keep them in the match. Neil with another PB. Imagine if Neil secured first. What a round.
Draw.
I think that might have been the last mistake by Richie. Maybe this was the chance. Tesca's so close to winning. Just one pipe away. The thing is, in the last couple of rounds, I'd say Neil has been doing better than Cackney. See, he even touches the gap there and nothing happens. That also works. Oh, Noisia is first. Richie falls off. Can Onyx actually do it? Or will Neil do the unthinkable? 1 second behind. Richie has fallen off 2 rounds in a row. Can Neil get the best pipes anyone has ever seen? He has to. That's not bad, but it's not enough. He's caught 0.3. Oh, he tried. He tried. And Onyx get the second map win. You know what's mad here? It's the same as map 1, like Richie dominates. And then when it matters the most, he just dies. It wasn't this round, but the previous one. If he survives the final pipe, they win. He falls off, next round they lose. Map 1, if he survives, they ace, they win. He crashes, they get ace next round, then they lose. Twice now that he's done it. So the optics look bad. But like he's individually has been by far the best player. Both in 2 of the 3 critical situations, he's completely died. Just interesting to see the mental side of everything and how much it matters. You can see that he doesn't play the same way when it's, let's say, 0-0 and when it's 9-9. Well, now they're 1 up behind. Can they do it on beginnings? And this is also the first time we get to see beginnings today. All of them going risky. All of them make it. Big jump. Where is he going? Neil jumping to the moon. And look at how much you lose when you do that. See, this is why I hate that jump. Because even when you survive, you just lose a second. If you jump as high as Neil. Oh, Noisia with the respawn. Richie with the respawn. Neil is second. Richie problem again. Cackney's super far ahead. And I'd say this is the average round on beginnings. Once again, we are going down to the last bit of the map. And nobody's even close to someone else. Of course, the most competitive map of all time. Why is he risking? Deserved. Honestly deserved. Why? There is no need for that.
Victory.
2-1 Onyx, 8 points away from securing the winner bracket final. Nice start by Richie, but this is where it gets interesting. Neil just had too much speed because he went too wide before. So he touches the top, once again jumps very high to make sure he makes it. And it's actually Cackney who clips the edge on landing. Chance for Tescat now to at least equal the score. That is not gonna work. Cackney also with the exact same mistake. So Neil will stay in third. And we actually have a somewhat close race here for first. Cackney keeps respawning. So Richie cannot go safe here. Well, Richie can go... What? Why is he going safe? Richie going risky, and it will pay off. The hole doesn't claim him, at least. 118. Tescat get the victory. 124 by Neil. Incredible. No, Woodsep getting demolished there. Like Neil on the pipes. Early mistake by Richie. Ooh, Tescat might be in trouble here. Keyboard player versus precision. And the keyboard player wins. But is still in third, and we know he's gonna jump very high. Maybe this is why he should keep jumping high. So Onyx with a great chance to get the ace. And come really close to securing a spot in the winner bracket final, but Noisia with the respawn. Neil second, Richie third. And we're only looking at another draw as nobody is once again close to anyone else. You gotta love this map. That is very risky when you're this far ahead. I can't believe this. I can't believe the decision making. Yeah, deserved loss. Neil actually respawned. They should have got aced here.
Victory.
After it says GR. Like, why would you go risky way there? That made no sense. And to do the thing with the nose down, that's also a risk because you can crash into the little wall there. Or if you mess up even a little bit, you gotta gear down. And then you cannot even make the risky way. And the keyboard loses this time. It is actually remarkable how Onyx are still in this match. And they're even winning. Cackney hits his forehead, still makes it. Richie in first, but Neil is too far behind. Neil with another respawn. That should still be enough to make the jump here. He goes risky. It made no sense. Yeah. I mean, Richie had to go risky. The Onyx players didn't, but they still do. They still have a pretty good chance of winning this. Given that Neil is having a really hard time with the first half. Nah, not everyone. There's still people fighting. Yeah, that just happens. What happened to Cackney? It's just a terrible start. Terrible mapping in my opinion. What happened to him? I don't even blame the player in that case. Yeah, the Richie mistake, that's more on the player. Neil has adapted. Cackney hasn't made it, and Richie has also made it. But again, it's the same every round. At this point, they're always so far apart. At least they stopped respawning here. Has to go safe. Alright, he recognized. I was worried for a moment. Let's see the top two. Smart. Pointless. Smart. No. No, actually he made the wrong decision.
Draw.
Unbelievable. The one time when he had to risk. Unbelievable. You need... How much do you need here? I think it's 0.6. You need over 0.6 to go safe. I should actually know this. Pretty sure it's 0.6. Cackney's smartest American. He makes the wrong decision every single time. All three made it. Closest round so far. Tesket could actually win it now. Yep, COV1. Neil has never made it so far without a mistake. Great chance now. Cackney is closer, but he's actually out of range. If they just survive Tesket and go safe, it's gonna be enough. Now he's kind of in range, so Neil has to go risky now. He's lost everything. Cackney drops the gear. That happened because he tried to go for the risky, the nose down. And if you mess up the timing, instead of gaining speed, you lose speed, RPM, and the gear. And if you lose the gear, you cannot make the next jump. You cannot make the risky way. So I'd say you're risking a lot to gain very little there if you do the nose down thing. And yeah, that was a terrible decision. Again. In order to make the wrong decision 100% of the time, he must know the right decision 100% of the time also. Yeah, but in his mind it's flipped. So he should do the opposite of what he thinks is right. Because he made the wrong decision every single time. Even now. He needed to cash there. The gap was too big to catch by doing that. You don't gain that much. It's a couple of hundreds. The gap was much bigger. His biggest chance was go risky and hope Neil is stupid enough to go safe. Or hope that Neil crashes. But if he gets it risky, even with the speed gain, and Neil makes it risky, he had no chance. The gap was too big for that little trick to gain him enough time. So it wasn't worth it. But I guess it's hard to think about all of that in such a short space of time and calculate everything. Like, I don't think that was anywhere near as bad as the decision making before. The decision making before was what killed him. When he threw that free round. That was it, really. But it feels like Neil doesn't really know this map. Then there's Cackney with the respawn. Honestly, Neil looked like he didn't know where to go. I guess they just haven't played the map so far. Maybe they kept banning it. Let's see. I mean, Richie looks pretty good on this. Knows what to do at least. We'll see if he's lacking some pace, but like this looks solid. Yeah. Like this is decent for rounds. And we actually all fight for third.
Draw.
This has been a crazy match. I can't tell which team has thrown more, honestly. We've still got 3 matches after this. Yeah, we're gonna be here for a while. Especially if this matchup happens again. Oh, chance for Onyx now. As soon as... I say it, Noisia with the mistake. Neil is finding different lines. Yeah, that is so slow. The gaps are as big as on beginnings. But Onyx should get the better outcome in this round. At least the victory. So let's see what Richie does. Like, Richie is the key player here. Needs to make sure he gets second. This should be good. A little bit risky maybe for this situation, but good enough. Don't hit the brick. And solid time. Onyx definitely look like the better team here just due to Neil discovering the map, I think. And this is different compared to, let's say, the pipe map. Like here, if you don't know the map, you just have no chance. Because it's a pace map, not a map where you gotta survive. As long as Onyx recognize what they gotta do, and now they're even in the lead. Do they realize they just gotta beat Neil and now they have to win? He's still in second with this. Well, finally the quarter pipe section claims some souls. This is what I wanted to see. validate my opinion of that being the hardest part of this map. This is actually really close. That Richie definitely has a chance. And he needs to get second here. Can he make this? Dude, there is no way. There is no way. This is only a draw. How is this happening? Just has to beat Neil. If he just plays with the mindset of just beating Neil, who barely knows the map, this round he would have beaten even Richie with that approach. How is he crashing that much? Neil cannot survive a single section. I can't believe Teskader is still in this. I said the same for Onyx, but I just don't even know what to say anymore. That doesn't work. Like, once again, they get a free draw, but they should be out of sight by this point. I could actually see Tesked winning this. Like, there could still be a round where Neil kinda doesn't make a big mistake, just survives with like +2 seconds, and both Onyx players respawn. I can actually see that happen. For Richie, I think the only section where he can really mess up is the quarter pipe jump. I just don't think that's gonna happen again. This has been the longest match ever. A few more rounds, just a few more rounds.
Draw.
APEC would run rings around these guys. Yeah, Neil should in theory be getting better every round. That's what I'm saying, there's a possibility that one round he just kinda keeps it clean, doesn't make a big mistake. And these two have both shown that they can throw out of nowhere. Yeah, but if that happens every round... Surely now. It's .58. Yeah, in theory they should be better. But the NCSA were better. Stage 1. Look at the global playoffs. You have Puff Bros winning, you had Tasca doing well, you had the Wolcian doing well. Apex best team did far worse than NCSA's best team. And the other NCSA teams did much better than the other Apex teams. He actually gets first. Like, I can't believe this. But he almost threw so much that Neil caught up. You cooked with Charles too. He did better than APEC. Dude, but this is crazy. It's absolutely crazy that it's 6-5 only. Like, this regional has just been special. Maybe the previous one was the same. I didn't watch the previous one. He's done the 3 rounds in a row now, but I get it. This is difficult if you don't know the map. It's groundhog ground with Neil. And Richie, again, a bit behind here. But he was .58 behind. Nah, it's actually gonna happen. Richie is gonna keep getting these draws. It's gonna get to like 8-7, 9-8, and then they're gonna ace. Like, Neil will survive the jump. Both Onyx players will respawn somewhere, and Tesket will win. I think he's close enough. Yeah, that was so much better. He's got it. Every round. His final few jumps are so good. Imagine what his times would be if he could actually do the first half. 7-6. Now we're just waiting for Neil to learn that section. And then it gets spicy. Can he make it? Alright, little slow start. No problem. Here we go. Just jump higher. Yes, he got it. Ooh. Oh, now it's interesting. He's dropping every gear, but it's fine. Can he get this? Ooh. Yeah. No worries, Richie's got it. It's only 0.29. See, he's got it. No problem. Now we're getting to the territory where a victory is enough. So can Neil just survive? That is the thing. And then even just one of these has to respawn. And it could be enough as long as Neil just survives. Because then 30 is enough. Because Richie wins every round now. Come on. Yeah, if Neil gets 1/3.
Draw.
But I think he can't do it twice. If he gets it once, that means he probably has driven a somewhat clean round. I think around 2020. Something like that. Yeah, but he's crashing here. Alright, no problem. No problem, it will be 9-8 and then Neil evolves. Richie's got it. Perfect. It's 3 seconds. He's made the quarter pipe. There are worse respawns, I'm pretty sure, than almost 4 seconds. But I think they finally figured out that they just gotta beat Neil and ignore Richie. Oh, Richie might not even win this round. It could be over if Richie doesn't win. Oh, it will be over. Oh, it might be too big of a gap this time. It might actually be over. Didn't really need that. It's actually over. They finally get the ace. We're done. We're done after 5 maps of this. But the maddest part is, Tesket could have won every map. They could have actually won every single map. The marathon match is finally over. And now Onyx get the rematch against Puff Bros. Let's see what happens there. See you soon. Wait, Wolcian is still in. I mean, Tesket, yeah, they're probably gonna beat Wolcian because Richie might be too good. This was only the first round of the top 4 bracket. So now winner bracket final. Nah, because this match took forever. Feel like it's been an hour at least. Of just this match. Now we've got 3 more matches. Yes, in the loser bracket final. Feel bad for Richie, but he could have won this. He failed sideswipe when they could have aced. He failed the pipe on a victory. If Richie just survived either of those two, they would have won the match. So I know he was the best player individually by far. That's not even a question. But at the same time, gotta look at yourself and what you can do. Was there a way for him to win the match? Yes. Despite the fact that he was head and shoulders the best. But it's still down to him that they lost because he could have done better in those 2 rounds. I get that this is a harsh way of looking at things, but you have to look at it this way if you wanna do well. You need to look at what you can do, not what other people can do for you. And he could have won that. Even though he was the best. So let's see if Onyx can step up. Because on Sideswipe, for example, they played much better against Puff Bros than against any other team. So let's see. He'll be there to watch. I don't doubt that. That's gonna be another cinema match. So we're waiting for Onyx now, who maybe need a little break. Nothing on Discord regarding a break. Oh wait, Fireline, you found the rapper. He actually has more subs than me on YouTube. I need to fix that. Damn. We need 3K subs on YouTube. So that my name appears before his. Next time that someone searches. Yeah, I need to grow the YouTube channel. The thing is, the only things I post there are just things from the stream or shorts. I think if I just made one video where I actually put in effort, it would easily explode. Like a tutorial for whatever. It's so boring making pre-recorded videos and editing everything. Don't know how people do it. NASCAR tutorial. Yeah, just release. Like I said before, just play. My tutorial would be just release. Drive to here, release here. If you do it wrong, restart and try again. Do that until you develop the feeling. There's your tutorial. Maybe a tutorial on how not to build NASCAR maps. Don't put no brakes on your maps. Instead, learn what NASCAR is. Critique of TOTD. What, like rage bait content? That would actually work. Especially because this community is very sensitive. Four-hour match like Jesus. Did Jesus also have 4-hour matches? What did he play? Maybe Jesus played chess. Or Senate. It actually is 30. Oh, it should be 29.5. To be fair. Well, he also has TikTok. Bet he gets called Onk all the time there. If you're over 19 at TikTok, you get called Onk immediately. You have to look like a baby to not get called Onk there. It's crazy. And it's all the kids with the NPC language. Yeah, makes sense. I think they want to pick literally anything if they just watch this. Air control. Please pick beginnings. I just want to see what happens on beginnings again. Come on. Whoop, okay. I think it's beginnings is in the mud here. Yeah, just PF. Okay, pipe map in the mud. I don't think we're gonna get to this point. I think it's gonna be done here. As long as Puff Bros take this at least a little bit serious. Even on, I mean, spam is a bit slow. But Onyx just had an hour match. They have to be drained after that. I think Puff Bros can win this on Sideswipe. And they should win their map picks. But we might have to wait for the other match to finish. The other match is what, Wolcian against Teskad. Could be Cinema as well. Let me try to find. Yeah, he does. He has one TikTok. I guess he made it today. I'm pretty sure it's the round where he got world record on that he posted. He must have made a TikTok today. We're still in warm-up. I found the guy's TikTok and we're still here. Let's go into replay. Let's see. Onyx won this in their previous match. Yeah, nice start. Already looking better than against Teskad. So no spam is gonna be a little bit slower, of course. He's the sub here. He's taking it very safe with those little drifts. It's definitely up to Carl to carry. Spam at least makes it. Yep, nicely done. But Carl is really far behind Cackney. Carl doesn't look that good on this map. Like, he looks beatable. Not like his usual self. No, the ending can be tricky. Different approaches. Carl got it better, but not enough. Decent time by Cackney. Spam with the respawn, but doesn't change anything. Again, better start for Onyx. But they gotta keep this up. And once again, they get the start. For some reason, they're playing much better on this map against Puff Bros than against any other team. It's like they know they gotta lock in and cannot afford any mistakes. This is a very nice start. Good round so far, no mistakes whatsoever. Just space diff so far. And it's Cackney again in first. Noisia with the first mistake. Spam into third. But Carl still needs to get first. Can they all make it? Ooh, Spam had to go safe. Carl does finish, but Noisia in third. Spam got a bad bounce, and just there was no way for him to turn the car left to make it through the gap onto the risky finish. So he adapted well, but just didn't have the gap or the safe finish to be fast enough. Now they're 2 points behind. And this is exactly what Onyx need, just farm the victories. It's very unlikely they're gonna get an ace anyway. A victory is as good as it gets, so they have to be happy with this. Spam's fast match time is 1:10.5. Right now they just gotta focus on beating that. And the gap is already massive. Or maybe forget the victories, do they just go for the aces then? Or was that too greedy? Double crash for Cackney. Spam overtakes, but now Noisia in first. We know that Carl has the faster strategy, and he is close enough to Noisia to overtake. Carl with more speed, and it is enough. Just about, but Spam then loses.
Draw.
Great race in both cases. Off Bro's just not able to get 1 point back. That is very risky for Spam. That's the thing, right? Sometimes you can go so close to everything there and it just doesn't pay off. This is definitely looking much better for Onyx, especially after that. They should once again at least get the draw. It's a nice round. They're gonna be happy with the draw. That doesn't really change anything because of the reactor. So you can afford to crash there. If you're ever gonna crash, then do it there. All three finish, no problem. Yeah, so right now they just gotta keep doing this.
Draw.
Just keep getting second and third, and it's enough. And then if Carl makes a mistake, even better. Pretty much the same strategy as the match before, with Richie and Neil. Once you're in the lead, you just gotta beat the player who's not as prepared. And that's it. Because I'm pretty sure they can just take it safe, and it's still gonna be fast enough to beat Spam. Unless Spam improves massively during the match. Lots of releases. Probably Spam's best round, but as they say that he crashes, I was gonna say that it's still not enough. Because Onyx are playing so much better than in the previous match. Oh, that's bad. Had to respawn straight away. Spam overtakes. Can Carl get first? Spam has to go safe. That is gonna be 1 point. Alright, now the gap is only 1. There's the first big mistake by Cackney. And Puff Bros immediately take advantage of it. Still 3 points away from safety, and that is a lot. As long as Carl can keep winning rounds. 3 rounds is a lot on a map like this. There's the second mistake. And even more mistakes. Spam. Noisia. All of a sudden, all hell is breaking loose. Maybe chance for Puff Bros to get the ace here. Because Cackney all of a sudden is looking shaky. It's around 0.67. Don't think Spam can do anything pace-wise. He's gonna need a mistake here. Now let's see what Carl does. Let's follow all of them individually into the finish. Good bounce. Should be no problem. Good bounce as well. Spam gets it too. Noisia with the respawn, but he was last anyway. So that doesn't change anything in the outcome of the round. And that is a tie, 8-8. Puff Bros have pulled it back. And now might even be the favorites, following all of those mistakes by Onyx players in the last 2 rounds. A nice start by Spam. It's Carl with the slowest one, but it's not that bad. Right now, a victory for either team is enough. Ooh, that could be the end. A mistake like that at this point could spell death. Spam has 0.2, needs to keep it. Carl needs to overtake for first if they want to win it this round. And Spam is creating an even bigger gap with each checkpoint. Gets a good angle here despite the drop gear. And we know Carl has a stronger end than Cackney. Where Spam is losing a little bit. Noisia is coming closer. Spam should have it due to the faster ending. Does Carl have it as well? Carl doesn't. Spam keeps his 3rd place.
Draw.
Despite the really slow jump. Nice time by Cackney. Carl unable to do anything. 9-9, and we have seen this a lot today. Carl now in first. He was last in the previous round in the start and just couldn't do anything about it. Maybe this is now the chance. Nice section by Spam. Carl drops down to last. Can Spam lower the airtime here? He always flies out of that a lot. This time it is better. Super close between all 4 still. Nice angle for Spam. Cackney crashes. Chance for Puff Bros. Can Carl clutch this? Spam just needs to save it, but he's out. So all of a sudden, this is a chance for Onyx. It's 0-1 now. Noisia is first. Carl in second, has the better jump here. But Carl loses the race. And that's gonna be an Onyx take map 1. Better bounce for Noisia.
Victory.
Despite doing the spin. A nice fight. Damn. It's Spam failing there. That's an easy part. But you can tell that he didn't practice a lot. That was the key part. That he failed the grass bit. In the end, I think it would have been deserved for either team. They were very evenly matched. Onyx, of course, playing so much better than before. Few mistakes there near the end, but overall, quite solid. This is only the winner bracket final because the previous match took forever. And Pack is playing golf. Now this one should be much easier for Spam. I think this is the easiest map to learn, and this should be well suited to his skill set anyway. And we know how good Carl is, as he drove the world record in one of the previous matches. So Puff Bros should definitely be well equipped to take this one. Although Onyx are, again, doing so much better than in the previous match. Maybe they just needed more warm-up, but look at him go. Oh, that's a big mistake. He will be able to make this. But when you crash on this map against a good team, then it's hard to do anything. Does he have enough? They're actually gonna get aced. Spam with the brick bounce. But it's not enough. Huge ace here. And now again, everything changes. Because when you're 3 points ahead and one of your opponents isn't well prepared, you just need to beat him. You don't need to care about the better player anymore. Once again, just beat Spam. And they got it. That's a weird bounce. That's just plastic in this game. Now, this is a decent PB against this sort of opposition if he can come close to it in rounds. If it's a fluky PB, then he's in the mud here. Good enough. Barely made it, but good enough. I mean, Puff Bros definitely have a chance. Just because round 1 didn't go their way doesn't mean that's gonna keep happening. That's all good enough. Gets the nose down even. Solid round again. Anyone could still take this. Too big of a drift there for Spam, but he's still in it. Now that was a good drift. Good release here as well. We'll be able to make this. Catches one. Can he get Noisia as well? Could be enough. Oh, just a little bit short, but still goes into second. And Noisia has lost everything, but has way more spin into Carl with another mistake. What a round that was. Onyx almost aced again. What? How? How is Carl failing? I can't believe what I'm watching. In the end, Onyx could have even aced there. That was incredible. 5-1. What looked like an ace for Puff Bros. In the end, almost turned into an ace for Onyx. Crazy round. Spam is really far behind. And on air control, this is huge. 0.6 is almost impossible to come back from unless you have perfect round. Same distance. That is very nice by Spam. He gets that release spot on every time. But unfortunately for him, clips, ends up too far on the right, and that's what happens. Huge for Onyx. If they can get more than a draw here, then they're almost safe. I didn't see this map going this way at all. Carl is blaming his music. You always gotta have an excuse ready. Very important. One of the pillars of competitive sports or esports. Nice round. But just look at how much better Onyx are playing. And this is a team that actually should have lost against another team that has a player that's like 5 seconds behind on average. Crazy. Can't use that excuse. You need to find something else. Six-2 is still a massive gap. Nice start by Cackney. Spam gets the worst jump. Carl almost down to third. They are struggling here. But Noisia then drops the gear. Spam with the tech abuse. Also not the best nose down for Noisia. Spam once again. He gets this so good every time. It's still fine for Onyx. As long as Cackney can stay first, this is no problem. No mistakes there again. On to the last part. All should make the jump. Will the brick claim someone? Everyone makes it. Cackney has no speed, but the lady has what, massive 7-3. Still 4 points. I think this isn't a joke for Puff Bros anymore. Ooh, he had to Neo late on. Good adaptation, but Cackney is in the mud. Huge chance. Ooh, they gotta get it now. They gotta get the ace. And this is the perfect situation for them because they're both very smart players who don't mindlessly play the game. They actually check where the opponent is and adapt to that. Now, coincidentally, this is the worst Spam has ever driven this section. So he will lose quite a lot, but the gap is still big enough. Weird drift. Still no problem. Still a 0.6. As long as he survives, it's gonna be fine. You cannot lose this much. Unless you mess up really badly. Yeah, just jump straight, little release. Get the nose done, avoid the brick. Nicely done. 6-7, they're back in it. But Onyx still with the lead. Puff Bros gotta do way more than that. Little bump for Spam. Keeps the gear at least. Cackney again with a monster start. Oh, what a jump. For all three of them. Super close round. Kind of bad for Noisia. Spam also loses quite a lot there. That's just because I praised him there. Noisia had to release in order not to crash, so it's all on Cackney now. Ideally he gets first here. His second might not be enough. If he gets second at that point, I think they just lose. They gotta keep this 1 point gap. But how does he beat Carl Jr. here? That's a very wide jump. Spam has also caught up a lot. Gets the better landing. But I think the gap is too big. Yep, 8-8.
Victory.
And anything can happen. We have seen Carl falter. And Spam has been quite consistent. He's always there, not really making any bigger mistakes. Just lacking a little bit of pace. Got a nice jump there too. Can they get it here? All four survive the jump. And now this section that can decide it. If anyone doesn't get the proper nose down here, that could tip the entire round the other team's way. But they all kind of get it the same. And Carl is so far ahead, giving Puff Bros an amazing chance to get the victory here. Oh, Noisia is in last. It's looking good for Puff Bros. Noisia needs to beat Spam here. 0.2 of a gap. Even more now, 0.3. How does he catch up this much? Poor landing as well. Too far left. And it's over. Puff Bros saved themselves. What a close map that was. Even an ace, but that doesn't matter. Would have been a victory. That was enough. Yeah, randomize. Thank you for the raid. Well played. So welcome to the final couple of matches. Yo, Sebi. Carl is so good. Yeah, there's a reason he's the best. That was a chance for Onyx, but I would also say that they didn't really fail. It's just Carl turned it on. And played his best. And at that point, there's not much they could do. Like, you're not gonna have a flawless 10 rounds. That's the thing, right? They were gonna make a mistake at some point. And Spam also looked quite good on that map, especially compared to how he's playing on other maps. As I said, it's the easiest map to learn. He has a tech background. It's always gonna be easier for him than other maps. There's a reason why they pick it. So I wouldn't even blame Onyx too much. They tried, they came close, but in the end it's Carl Jr. Now let's see what they can do. In this round, they're too far behind. Best bet is to hope that Carl will fail the end. Just take it full safe, beat Spam. That's what I gotta do right now. I'm pretty sure next map is Supercross and then might be Beginnings. So we're guaranteed at least to get to Supercross. Alright, decent time.
Draw.
But we know he's capable of mid 116s. It's Carl's mediocre performance. I would say it's a really good performance because he's probably not trained enough to be at his absolute best. Spam is always last here in the start. But this time makes it. Nice NASCAR, some good releases. Feels like Carl is fully in the zone and he's just gonna win every round. So at this point, it's only a matter of time when Spam will be able to get second or third. And then they just win. Oh, he has lost a little bit there. Might have dropped the gear on landing. Big risk there by Noisia, but it pays off. Definitely has a chance here for first, but loses then so much speed. He must have got axle penalty then on landing. Yeah, and this is it. And now Carl can just win. Because now they're at a point where beating Spam and waiting for Carl's mistake isn't enough anymore. Now they gotta beat Carl. Another drainer match because
Victory.
Once again, there's one player who's really good and one player who's not that trained. But this is like the final evolution of Richie and Neil. They're facing the same type of team, but better. Both players are better than their former counterparts. Little stumble there by Carl. But he's got the pace to win this. Was bad in Richie and Neil. It was a Neil problem. How does it affect to face Carl as a pro? Does he have that extra mental effect on you? No. It's the same as facing any other good player, pretty much. You know you gotta be at your best in order to have a chance to win. It's not like it's specific when playing against him. It's the same as playing against Pac or Otak, Carl with the respawn, or Binks, or any player of that level. It's pretty much the same. Spam also falls off while Onyx are in the lead. Well, there's the mistake, and we have seen him do this before. When he had to find the safe way. Yeah, they can come back. You would also think that it's impossible for Onyx to never make a mistake here. I think it could be the same as last map. Although, last map is also more suited to Carl than this one. Like, last map is perfect for him. Yeah, this one, obviously he doesn't look as good. Also struggling a little bit with the start. Or maybe Onyx have a better chance here. 0.4 is a pretty big gap. Needs to get a proper landing here. Keep the gear. He does get it, and look at how much he catches. From 0.4 to 28, still got some work to do. So you can catch up this much with a perfect end. We also saw some crazy ends by Sebi before. He needs one of those, but he messed up the gear. I'm not sure he can catch Cackney here, unless Cackney falls off. Well, Noisia falls off. Another draw. It's fine for Puff Bros still.
Draw.
I mean, Noisia was kind of close to spam, couldn't fully chill there. A 6-4 here is better than, let's say, 6-4 on the last map. Although there they did have 4 points. Yeah, I don't know, still anyone's map. This could definitely go either way. Yep, nice start. Carl once again back to first after the start. How did spam survive? What a late release that was. But finds himself in last again. It seems like just consistency from him isn't enough here. Never mind, maybe it will be enough. Cackney with the respawn. Looking good for Puff Bros. And Noisia has had some issues with the end. This could be enough for an ace. But will Noisia recognize that it's more important to secure second than to attack for first? Spam also taking it extremely safe. Let's see. That is good enough. Should be no problem. Yep, Puff Bros get one back. And still, 3 points is a lot. when you're playing against Carl. He's 3 points away and he could definitely win 3 rounds. Can they just draw it out? This is where Puff Bros got the victory last time. Was Spam with a different approach is gonna be a very high jump. Also releases way more than he needs to, and he's far behind. You can see that Cackney, well, made 2 mistakes. After the first one, he was still ahead. But it might be just like last map. Cackney is losing it now. 2nd round in a row. Spam with an extremely safe jump again. And maybe he's safing too much. Well, maybe he doesn't know the risky jump. Like how to jump lower and keep the gear. Now he's in a fight. But he keeps losing more and more. Spam needs his 3rd place. A draw here would be pretty good for Cackney and Noisia. Carl with a new PB. That is a very, very nice match time. That beats European teams. All of them, pretty much. I think someone did do a 0.5 or something like this. I can't remember exactly. Maybe Otak. Maybe someone did a 0.4, but definitely one of the best match times we've seen. Carl is doing it. Spam just needs to go a little bit faster. Otak did back-to-back 0.4s. Alright, Otak is on a different planet. Well, there it is. 2 mistakes. 1 from each Onyx player. And this could be it, but we know Spam left to jump to the moon. Does have 0.8 though. How high does he jump? Or jumps by a lot. Drops the gear, but still keeps way more speed than last time. So he's lost a bit, but still has a pretty sizable gap. Super high jump here as well. But that's fine. For this situation, if he doesn't feel comfortable with lower jumps, this is perfectly fine. Gets it. And Puff Bros still another win. Feels like Onyx just run out of energy towards the end of every map. Yeah, it could have been. Definitely could have been. But Carl levels up the longer a map goes on, and Onyx get worse the longer it goes on. But it's hard. The previous match was really long. You have to feel for them at this point. So I guess we might not see beginnings then. So Otak is a machine, bro. The way Otak played. Wonder what he's gonna play like next weekend. That's the level I gotta reach next week. No, after this is the loser bracket final. And then the final. So we're gonna be here for a while. Because there might be a rematch of Onyx versus Tascad. It's just an experience they will learn to deal with in the future, for sure. Alright, better start. So Onyx lost this map against Tascad. It was also super close. But Richie carried insanely hard on this one. And both the Puff Bros have made a mess of the gears. So the gap is massive. Yep, picked by Onyx. And then the last one is randomly picked, which is beginnings. I think Carl got every gear wrong in this round. That looks good for Onyx. Can they start things off with another ace? Carl with a respawn even. Alright, but we have seen this before. Let's calm down. We have seen this before. But it's like we're watching the same thing over and over, but just on a different map. Gotta miss the tough competitions. That's the mindset. Commentary spot on, thank you. No, and anything can happen here as well. If you're not well prepared here, this can go very wrong with the gears. You can easily find yourself in the mud. And then beginnings is just a mess. So Onyx can still win this. Of course. This map looks much easier to play than it really is. That's the thing. It's just very easy to survive, but you lose so much time everywhere if you don't know what you're doing. Like, you can see that Spam isn't making big mistakes, but he loses 0.1 in every section because he's not doing the proper movement. Also, his strat here is low, but this time he gets it better than Onyx. Down to gear 2. It's so slow, but it's fast enough. Slow end for Cackney, but it might be better than Spam's. Has more speed. He will get it. Spam with the PB even.
Draw.
But it's not enough, only last. Yeah, this is a very bad omen for Puff Bros. If that's Spam's match PB, they're in the mud here. Because Onyx completely died in the bouncy section. If Spam can't do better than that, yeah, they're in the mud here. Ooh. It's a very tricky map, trust me. Took me a long time to learn this one. Don't think anyone likes this map. You know who does like it? Mime and Paco. I'm pretty sure I gotta play this a lot. They picked this all the time in the first EU regional. Yeah, this is why I gotta train this. But it's not just Spam, even Carl just looks off on this map. Yeah, Noisia falls off. But Cackney is in first, so far ahead. Oh, Carl messes it up completely. Where's Noisia? Too far behind. 7 seconds. Wait, even Spam can overtake. Carl goes safe. Spam also makes a mistake. They actually get a victory from this. Mime is one of the only top players that has brain cells on ice. It's not even about the ice. Dirt also makes a big difference here. That bumpy part. You saw how much Onyx lost in the bumpy part in round 2. If you can get that spot on every round, you're gonna gain a lot. Like this part, this is key. This into Bob, this gains so much. This and then the bumpy thing. Those two are crucial. Well, so far, Puff Bros still have a chance in this round if Noisia maybe falls off somewhere later. It's just when the PB is 169, it's rough. It's very rough. You can tell with the way he's jumping here. Again, drops the gear. Also very difficult to keep gear 3 there if you're not fully trained. That is also a very tricky section. And if you keep dropping to 2, you lose a lot of time. If Carl is third here, he will get second though. Spam with the PB, but he's gonna need more. Making dog. Yeah, he's also hunting their TUTDs. Pretty sure he got the world record on the TUTD from yesterday, or from 2 days ago, since today is tomorrow already. Spam is in the mud here. I just don't see a way back on this one. Carl has to win the round, obviously. And then they need 2 aces. This is a pretty big lead they have over Spam, because once again, they shouldn't really care about Carl here. They just gotta beat Spam. They have a 5-point lead overall. If they beat Carl, it's just a bonus. Yeah, very nice. One more ice slide. Carl gets it nice. Cackney survives. Look at the different exits. That's good for Carl. Should secure another round at least. Yep. 2 aces, or we go to beginnings.
Draw.
Yeah, of course they don't care. I think they're just having fun. But if it keeps on going like this, we might be here until the next regional. It's 1 AM for me. So how does Spam beat both of them now? There's one. Perfect round to PB. There is no way Onyx get ace twice, right? There is no way. He's got through there. Can Spam keep gear 3? He actually does. Onto the ice slide. Well, still the identity left. Cackney needs to survive. Or we're going to sudden death on this map. Spam is taking it very safe, fully relying on a mistake, and it's not gonna be enough. Carl with a PB. But we are going onto the decider. Should have been 4-0. Doesn't matter what it should have been. Onyx could have also easily lost the previous match. Had Richie just not fallen off the pipe. Gotta take it for what it is, not for what it could have been. Yeah, that's hydrate. Yeah, we still got 2 matches after this. Because Americans love going to map 5. He wasn't gonna make that. Let's see. Does the failed attempt in the warm-up change his mind about where he wants to go? Of course, usually it shouldn't, but you never know. Carl already with 7 behind. Nah, he has to go for it, but nah. You could tell immediately that he wasn't gonna make it. Exactly the same as in the warm-up. And Carl is really far behind. Are Onyx gonna secure a spot in the grand final? Which means we get to watch Carl versus Richie and Neil versus Spam. Cackney has the gap, that's the thing. we gotta keep our eye on this. Cackney has the gap and Noisia doesn't. Will he go safe? Yeah, he has the gap. What does he choose to do? No way. But he makes it this time. What a guy. Made the wrong decision yet again. 100% decisions wrong so far here. Every single one has been wrong. But they get the ace. So far so good. Sometimes you make the wrong decision, but you get the right outcome. I wonder if it's gonna go safe when he has to risk. Not at all. Carl's decision was correct. Cackney misses this time. Spam. Good enough to stay ahead of Cackney, at least. That's good enough for Puff Bros as long as Carl can secure first here. Yep, nice jump. Oh, Noisia with the better section there than Carl. Obviously here they both gotta go risky. Oh, Carl makes a mess of that. He cannot go risky because he doesn't have the speed. Noisia makes a mistake. And he could not have known, that's the thing. I would say this is just unfortunate. He could not have known. Like, this is not a wrong decision. He had to go for it. He could not have known that Carl would have lost his speed there. This is just... He had to go risky and he didn't make it. It just is what it is. But the decision was correct. Yeah, just unfortunate. But this is exactly what we expected from beginnings. This is what I expect to happen every round. Oh, he lost the gear. Smart. Instantly realized. Now, if you drop the gear there on grass, sorry, you can still make it, but you need to go very wide to gather the speed. Spam chose not to go wide, but instead to go safe, which is also obviously viable. Going safe there doesn't cost you that much. Like, it's one of the friendliest safe ways in the entire map pack. So, if you drop the gear, it's probably better just to accept going safe than going wide, altering your entire trajectory just to maybe make it. Save another 0.3. Like, you're already in the mud if you drop the gear. Now, Cackney has to risk. This guy is incredible. Why?
Draw.
Every time. Does he understand this? Every single time he makes the wrong decision. Why go safe there? You had a chance to win the round. I can't believe this. Alright, Spam has given up. Like, this is not a bad decision at all. If you're not comfortable with the precision jump, just go safe. You can see that he doesn't lose as much as with any other safe way. Like, this is not a bad decision at all, if you're not feeling it. At least this way, he's somewhat in the round. And if he survives the risky way, first he needs to come a little bit closer. But if Cackney makes the wrong decision, Spam gets the risky. Provided that he somehow closes the gap. Could still be worthwhile. So he should risk Cackney, but he made the right decision. He made the right decision. Finally. We got there in the end.
Victory.
And they got the victory. Alright. He made it. There's still hope for Onyx to win this. Probably had a bad lineup. He probably wanted to go safe, but something forced him to go risky. Alright, Spam goes safe again. He was behind already. Everyone makes it. But Noisia very slow, and this is the thing, right? Spam, by going safe, at least makes sure he gets third here. Which could be really important, as long as Carl can get first. I think Spam can stay third there. As I said, he can stay third there. But let's see. Both have to go risky. He's learning. He's evolving. Oh, he's got it. Puff Bros are finished. Puff Bros are finished. He knows what to do now. It's over. You can see he's got the skill on the map. He just needed for the decision making to be on point. He's got it now. Yo, Magorian. And now it's getting spooky for Puff Bros. Especially with the slowdown. This could be over. This could actually be over. What does Spam decide to do now? Now there's a huge problem. He sticks to the safe jump. And it works. Nah, it's smart. Why alter the strategy when the risky jump just wasn't working for him? I think that was correct by him. Because if he goes risky and fails, they're finished. This is still fine. Kakini can still go safe and they can still lose this. Now, can Kakni create a gap to be able to go safe? It's not enough yet. He needs a bit more. This is enough. But did he check the splits? Yikes. Wrong decision, but... It wasn't a big gap early on. I'll give him that. It depends when he checks the splits. If he does. It depends. Because the gap was only enough after the ramp jump. So if he doesn't check later, then yeah. Like, in theory, it was correct to go safe here. But I'm not gonna blast him for this one. Like, I get why someone would go risky here. I Spam, going safe. The other three will make it. This is now to win the entire match and to go to the grand final. Better jumps for Onyx. It's up to Carl to save this. Carl needs first. Spam is too slow, but Carl is down to third now. Oh, Kakni with the early mistake doesn't even get to the end to make the decision. So this is a draw. Carl can tie up the score. That needs 0.3, which is a lot. Oh, but Noisia got the slowdown. Guess the landing. I mean, Noisia can go safe if he wants to. It doesn't really matter for him. Carl obviously had to survive risky. Yep, both survived risky. 9-9. Does every match have to be like this?
Victory.
Man, we're gonna be here until the European regional. It could not possibly be any closer. Who's gonna take this? No slowdowns. Nice ramp cut by Spam. Spam with a really good start. Does he go for it? He is such a safe player, no chance, right? Yeah. He would never Noisia with the mistake. Noisia is out. It's up to Cackney now. Spam with the big brain plays. Cackney with an unreal jump. Spam too far behind to do anything. So Cackney right now forcing this into overtime. But he needs the right decision. Imagine he goes safe at this point. Oh, the gap is getting bigger. Still fine for Onyx. I mean, Noisia is not a factor in this round whatsoever. Oh, Spam with a million respawns. No, has to go risky. No. No, that's the easiest part ever. No way. Where is Spam? They're gonna win. It's over. It's over. No way he failed that jump. It's actually over. And Puff Bros are in the final. And we're gonna watch another 5-map marathon. I mean, well played either way. What a match. They had the chance to win on every map. Every single map. Who is in the final? That's what we're gonna find out. There's 2 more matches. Now we get to watch another 5-map marathon to find out about the other finalist. They threw 3 maps? I wouldn't say it was a throw, really. It's randomly here. Fair enough. You can check the bracket with the command if you want. It will end just in time for COTN. You know what? I would have actually played if it was a good map. But I'm not playing Reactor full speed. Also, I'm not streaming in the morning. Because there is no chance I'm waking up early enough. Yeah, so no stream tomorrow, guys. We're skipping tomorrow. You can thank the Americans. This is going on for way too long. I thought we might actually be done by like 1, which is now. But we've got 2 more matches, so potentially 2 more hours. Easily. This could actually be another 2 hours. Maybe longer. It's a good map? No, it isn't. Maybe it's a map well built, but it's not a fun map for me at least. It's not why I enjoy. Let's see if there's gonna be a break. Wait, so now Onyx played 2 marathons. Do they want a break? Neil is asking for right now. SRK spelled break wrong. I'm just saying. Give them a no breaks block so they can break. We don't even need the 5 minutes. Come on, let's go. Neil practiced the maps now, surely. Imagine. But they have a chance. If it's anything like the previous match, they have a chance. Surely. I don't see anything from Onyx on Discord. Like, nobody's saying anything about breaks or starting right away. There's nothing. Nobody's here. Yeah, maybe they're too tired. Because these events are planned to be one-day events, because with 8 teams, it shouldn't take too long. Like in APAC, it doesn't take this long. But Americans love to take it to map 5. And it's not even like a quick map 5 where it's ace, 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 and then you get to map 5. There's been a million draws. Carl is playing matchmaking. Yeah, we might be able to play World Tour matchmaking after the Cup of the Night. Is there like only few players in NCSA to challenge Carl Pack? There's realistically nobody if they are full practiced. If they're like fully on it, then no, there's nobody. There's only a few EU teams that can do anything. I say there's 4 EU teams that can try to challenge. Try. They tried in stage 1, but it didn't work. Well, Nemesis weren't at the level. I'd say Nemesis are much better in stage 2. So now there's like 4 European teams. Stage 1, there were 3. There were on that level, let's say, somewhere there. But Carl was just too good in the playoffs. It's the same every time. You always think that someone else might have a chance, and then Carl and Pac show up and demolish everyone. They were unbeatable in the playoffs. And this time we'll see if they actually care. I mean, they can still win money in the global playoffs too, but they won't need it to qualify. They're just gonna qualify through the regional points, so they're not gonna care. There might be a chance they lose. Because do they want to train a lot and then burn out before the World Cup, given that they're guaranteed to go? That's gonna be the big question. I think there's like 1,000 euros each they can win. Is it enough motivation? Well, that and winning stage 2. That is the question. They just spawn in correct time. Yeah. Absolute machines. Can we watch someone else? Nobody's even driving anymore. They're all just done. They are done. 3rd match in a row for Onyx like this. And it could be another one. To just start the match. What is the point of this? Everyone is just waiting. Yeah, we need randomize as the admin. Randomize would manually start this. SRK out. Let's get the banners out. Like Wenger out. SRK out. I've had enough. But Richie, Cackney. Against full power, Carl Pack. No chance. What do they pick? They won Supercross. Yeah, Pipe Dance. Which they lost in the end. Yeah, I'm talking about full power. Like full power, no chance. SRK probably asleep. Yeah, for him it's actually 2 a.m. It's 2:20 for him. He's an hour ahead. Classic sideswipe pick. What else? Beginnings. No, go for air control. Surely air control. Air control. Air control. Neil can barely finish the map. They go hoop. And there's no air control. They're gonna lose because of this. Watch Neil and Richie win this. Yeah, full power. No, I'm just talking about NCSA. Full power, yeah, they can lose. I mean, you saw in 2023 they can lose against Bren and Otak. They can lose to Bok. I think they can lose to Big. I think they can lose to Nemesis as well. Maybe that's Copium. I think they can. Bulk and Big can beat them. I think Nemesis too. If we're talking about this map pack. Not playing anymore. More TM, but what is this? Always the same. It's the same. Same players on the top. Pretty much the same players. Yeah, Mad on pad. That's why I didn't mention jet lag. Because I think jet lag, Bran and Wheel Mada, I think they have no chance. Bran and Controller Mada is a different story. Then I would have mentioned jet lag too. But Wheel Mada, I don't think they have a chance. Why Big? Did you watch 2023 Stage 2? Big can do it. Big did beat them, didn't they? And then Big lost in the final against Alliance. You guys are making fun of Big, but they can beat Carl and Pack. It's just, I don't know what they're doing this year, but Big are very good. They just complain a lot, so people see them as crybabies, but they're obviously very good. Yeah, Wheel is not OP. In the Mada context, like, he's much worse than Wheel. Not for Wampus and that sort of stuff, but for competitions, he's nowhere near. Alright, so this is the map where Onyx won. But Tesket had a chance, mostly due to Richie, who was an absolute machine at the beginning, and then later on kind of fell off, literally. So let's see if Anil has improved. Who's playing better in Big? That is a great question. I wouldn't know. I think it depends on each regional. Like, one regional Granada is better, next regional Massa is better. I'm not sure. Overall, very hard to say. I'd say kind of the same. It's already a draw.
Draw.
We're gonna be here forever. And it's Richie in second. And now Richie is gonna win and Neil is gonna get last. I can already see it. Yeah, that would be crazy. Imagine, because they're obviously gonna qualify, right? Imagine Mada shows up with the controller and they actually win. That would be insane. That would be the story of 2025. For sure. If Mada showed up with the controller. Slow down for Neil. So if Neil is last, Richie guaranteed to win the round. Just to keep the draws going. Never mind. Nobody's a Wheel hater. It's just obvious that Mada is not as good on Wheel. The same way Granadi wouldn't be as good on controller as he is on Wheel. There is no way he just survived now. But Neil isn't last. This is what he said would happen. Yeah, Richie makes it. It's happening again. It's happening again. Mada gamepad easily top 4 world solo. Yeah.
Draw.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He's playing with Wheel for much longer than Mada, which is why, like, he's a Wheel main. Of course. The same way Mada played with a controller for much longer than with a Wheel, which is why he's better with a controller. That's the thing, right? Which is why, just for the show, I think we're all hoping for Mada to go back to controller. But I think he hasn't used it in like a year and a half. Not sure he wants to anymore. But it would be epic. He's not even respawning anymore. Yeah, he's fully given up. Now, I get it. I get it. He just fell. He's not even trying. Like, is it even worth it at this point? Does he even want to respawn, or does he just take the ace on the chin and move on to the next round? Both Neil and Richie have made it, so it would not have made any difference. And Neil somehow drops the gear there. I've never seen that before. Yeah, good enough, PB, for Neil. Well done. 117.7. He said that his hands would hurt after long sessions, and that wheel is much more comfortable, so that it's a long-term decision. Like, he's aware that he's gonna be worse in the short term, but wants to preserve his health. That's why he switched. Yeah, well, he can say whatever he wants. I can also say that if I played every regional for Nemesis, we would right now be first in points. That doesn't make it true. You can say whatever you want, doesn't mean it's true. But that is true. I think Neil and Richie got this. I think Onyx are kind of just over this. I think they're just over this. They're even failing where they didn't fail before. But at this point, it's hard. The eyelids are getting heavy. Wait, Noisha came back. Just to respawn again. Oh man. I actually feel for them. I really feel for them. Another ace. Damn. It's so hard. They've been playing non-stop 4 hours now. Like, no breaks. Not right now, Magorian. It's still in the settings, I know. I'm on DualSense right now. I keep swapping gamepads lately. I have like 4 in rotation. I just can't decide. DualShock, DualSense, Victrix, and eSwap. And I've just not made a decision to go with DualSense for a bit. I just need to stick with one. Now, but the Victrix is so sick. I gotta say, it's so sick. It's just... the shape doesn't feel right, you know? Because I grew up on PlayStation. Just DualSense shape is better for me, but everything else is better about the Victrix. Damn, Cackney. He's not even trying again, like he's just falling. He is falling, and it is what it is at this point. Gotta get on game, sir. I would if they had a proper PlayStation shaped one. Tarantula is not that good. The buttons are off, the D-pad is off. I tried it, but didn't like it. Tried Thrustmaster and DualSense. The Thrustmaster feels like made from Wish. It's like a toy. They've been over it before it even started. True.
Victory.
Yeah, Teska take it. Man, the Thrustmaster, it's the triggers that go bad after a couple of weeks is crazy. The triggers develop stick drift, which is mad. And then the sticks, like you can swap them, but each new one gets drift within a month. And then if you get the Hall effect ones, They have such high tension. I try them. I don't like them at all. And every DualShock I try has stick drift after a month. I don't know what happens. I've tried so many DualShocks. It has to be a pattern. For me, a DualShock goes bad immediately, and DualSense has been the most reliable so far. It's the only one that hasn't gone bad in any way. Wanna go with replay? It's the only one I can kind of stick with, which is why I've finally made the decision. Been using it for for a full week now. That's how long it's been. I've been using it for a full week, I think. I just need to stick with it. Got really bad tendinitis from playing tennis whole life. I had to play the game with non-dominant hand. Wow. Yeah, I also get the decision, but I don't know how bad it was for him. I know that he also used DualSense right before he swapped. And he used the Xbox before that. It's weird that he can just switch between layouts like that. Xbox and PlayStation. Oh, Richie has this. Or it's enough.
Draw.
DualSense really good, but I feel quality said this game has not. Yeah, but that's on purpose. So you keep buying new ones. That's why these PlayStation ones don't have a Hall effect or TMR. So when it gets stick drift, you gotta get a new one. But I've had this DualSense since 2023 and still no stick drift. It's the only controller that's been like that. And keep in mind that before August last year, I didn't even use the stick at all. I just used the D-pad. And somehow it would still get stick drift without me even using it. Which is crazy in itself. This one has been reliable. I just need to stick with it. No pun intended. And its practice has been going well on these maps. At the first regional that I played for Nemesis, I played with the DualShock. But I'm just over it. Implement the Hall effect in DualSense. Can't configure that. Did you do it yourself? Or did you take it to a shop? I don't want to do it myself. I don't want to ruin it. Like, I'm comfortable opening it up, but not soldering. I don't know how to solder, so I don't want to do it. That is the only reason. But as I said, it's been reliable for me. And if it goes bad, I'll just get a new one then. It is what it is. Yeah, stick drift with it. Maybe it can drift on its own without me even playing. Imagine it drifted through these reactor walls. Dude, this match. Who do I follow? But it's expected, I guess. I think the grand final is gonna be like this as well. They didn't shop, but when you steer full, it's 100%. What is... Oh, okay, okay. You need to recalibrate. There's a web page for that. I can send you the link. It's for DualShock and DualSense. There's a website for it. That might help you.
Victory.
Just be careful. I'll send you the website when we swap to the next map. That might be what you're looking for. To recalibrate. I think that's your issue. But don't blame me if something goes wrong. Neil is still at the start. But Onyx are in the lead here. I'm pretty sure there's also stuff that you gotta do when you install them. Oh. Okay, 1v1. Noisia and Richie. %0 crashes, do we believe that? That is super close round. Again. Richie should have this. Like, he has the better jump onto plastic, but he always ends up going so far left that... Nah, Cackney is done. Cackney is fully done. Can Neil get it? 3, 2, 1. No, he went safe.
Victory.
Yeah, it's a victory. So it actually didn't matter, yeah. Because Richie won the round. Oh, you also did 2 of them already. Alright, right. Then I'll post the page in the chat. Just after this map is done. Super smart for both teams to drag it out. Make Spam fall asleep for the grand final. Yeah, wonder when he woke up. See, this is why I tell you guys, you gotta wake up later. And people tell me you gotta wake up at like 7. This is why I wake up at 10. So I'm still wide awake at 1:30 AM. See, I could play right now if they need me. I'll sub in. I'm ready for this. It's still really close, that's what's really mad about this. Because both teams are equally failing. Will this be another draw? Nah, surely Richie gets it. So slow, Richie again. But he didn't make it. Huge for Onyx. Not huge for us because we're getting closer to 5 maps again. But he always jumps so far left, sometimes even misses. But 49 for this time of day is pretty good. Even though for him it's different, but we don't care. What, 9 AM? It's gonna be 9 AM by the time this is done, that's for sure. Like, we just watched him miss the finish, 0% crashes. Sure. Does anything in this game work well? Oh, come on, Onyx got it. Onyx got it. I believe. Or will Neil be the hero? He needs first here. Yeah, that is the most anyone has missed there by. Like, by far the most. Usually people crash right onto the corner and then just bounce away. Like, he missed completely. Oh, they get the ace. Map 3, come on. Chilling and checking it, they're random maps. Wait, I'll just send you the website, hang on. Alright, so this is it. DualShock or DualSense. Works for both. You can calibrate the inner dead zone and the outer dead zone. Based on what you told me, you have issues with your outer dead zone. Or because it's not calibrated right. This fixed it for me. I did this for a few of my controllers. Try it. Just follow the instructions, everything is there. See what you can do with it. Let's go on to follow. I honestly can't remember who won this. It's been such a long time ago. I just can't recall this map even being played in this match, but obviously it was. Better start for Onyx. Can they actually take the win here, given how over it Cackney has been? Like, whenever he falls off the map, he doesn't even try to respawn anymore. And what a turn by Richie. Well, I mean, there was no way to keep the gear with that, but... yeah, fair enough. Actually goes from 32nd at least. Oh, Noisia, very low speed. Yep. I'm pretty sure he would not have made it, because he clipped before. Then he, no matter how high you jump, you just don't make it with that mistake. But Cackney is still in first. Cackney falls, Richie falls, where is Neil? Neil with a respawn. Who's first? Noisia with the safe line. Noisia gets it. Can he time out everyone else? Richie is dead. It's over. Cackney. Where's Neil? Cackney has it. Cackney with the respawn. Plus 12. 135 enough to ace. Pure cinema. This is the best regional I have ever seen. This is it. This is peak Trackmania. This is competitive Trackmania these days. Incredible. What a round. 135 was enough to secure the ace. Oh no. Oh no. What is the safe way here? I actually don't know this. Okay, so this is what you do if you crash there. Now we finally know. I legit didn't know that. I've never been there. Well, maybe Testcat can strike back immediately. Come on. Noisia keeps the gear. Makes the turn. Looking good. He should be faster than Neil. Oh, slow down. He should still be able to overtake Neil here. With a better drift, especially with that mistake. Barely. Look at Neil with a million respawns. Can Noisia get it? Richie lands it, doesn't fall. Noisia secures at least a loss. Neil is going safe. Cackney secures the draw. Not bad. That is true. Safeways on this map are crazy. Not only do you lose a bunch of time. Yeah, good match time. Any 116 is good here. Especially for a match like this. You would maybe get wrecked by the best European teams, but even they can be slower than that. Like, that is a proper good time, yeah. Oh, everyone makes it. Or Noisia clips there, but Cackney is still in second. It's all good. Neil high-fives the wall, no problem. He can still continue. Let's see the fight for first. Nice drift. That should be enough to keep the gear. Great speed. Better angle than Richie. Dead even right now. Now you can gain in this identity if you do it properly. Cackney with a much better approach. And then he just keeps snowballing. Richie trying to go for a lower jump. Both survive. Richie has it. What an ending. Great times. Yo, sick.
Victory.
Great round. If I go to sleep now, I could wake up just in time for map 5. Sounds about right. That was a pretty good round. Like 2 players in 116. This is only map 3. Does he go safe? Yes, he does. I knew it. This is why I didn't switch. I knew it. I just knew it would happen. Well, that's him out. And Noisia is 1.5 behind. It is stupid hard. Same as this. This one right here. This here. Holy shit. I tried to go safe in matchmaking here once, and I couldn't make it. I couldn't make the uphill. Because you're in freewheel. This one is also crazy hard. Now the safe ways are dangerous here. Oh, he has a chance. That's more speed than Neil. Surely. Close. Neil PB. Clutch PB. Huge. 6-5 with Escad. Richie is playing well on this map. Yeah, but the end is so slow. And it's like an adventure when you don't know where you're going. The first time you're doing this end, it's such an adventure. Fine. Not bad. You can recover from this. He's already caught up to Neil. That's a bigger problem. Look at Neil. But he's still gonna stay in third. What do you mean, like, clean round by all 4? No chance. Don't think we've seen that this entire regional, let alone this entire match. All 4 players with a clean round. Oh, that's actually pretty big. Neil with the respawn. If Cackney can win this, that's 7-7. No, not there. I mean... Wait, Richie with the respawn. Ace! Ace! No! What is happening? Bro. It actually is 7-7. Not how I thought it would end up being 7-7. Yeah, 120. I'd say for this match is very good. Somehow, we are getting closer to the 9-9 again. I just want to see if anyone is gonna go for the safe way later in the second hoop. I want to see that just one time. Just to show you guys how bad that is. Because if you think the first one is bad, you have not seen anything. I just don't remember what needs to happen there. I think you gotta crash very late on. You can always go respawn to that checkpoint. I just don't know what needs to happen here to go safe. I don't remember. There is a situation where you need to save this. I don't remember what needs to happen. Like maybe if you just crash right into the checkpoint, but even then maybe you'd have enough speed still to make the jump. I just can't remember. Richie and Cackney. Wait, Noisia in first. Now it depends who respawn quicker. Cackney is going safe. Richie is going risky. He makes it. That's 9-8. Alright. It's not done yet. Yeah, but if you crash the drift after, can't you just respawn? Or you have to crash, I guess, in such a way that the flying respawn is a crash. I guess that's the only way then, right? If you crash on the left, like the first available pixel, maybe then. Because then the respawn also kills you. I think that might be it. Yeah, that drift. But you need to crash there on the left. Where else would you crash? But I mean, if you start the drift before the checkpoint, there is a chance you can still recover. It's this drift here. Like, look, you need to mess up that very badly for respawning not to be faster than going through the safe way. That's what I mean. So if you mess up the drift, you can still just respawn and fix the drift. This should be over, but we've seen things. It might not be over. Come on. Richie with the respawn. It actually is over. Imagine a double respawn right now. Nah, they got it. They got it. Nice team round. This match can be so nice if Neil just practiced a bit. That is true. But, I mean, if Neil practiced a bit, I think they would have demolished Onyx in the previous match. Because even like this, it was so close. So imagine if Neil was practiced. I think they would have just blown Onyx away. Assuming Onyx played the exact same way. But as we saw, they played better against Puff Bros. And Puff Bros were a tougher opponent. Yeah, that's the thing, yeah. So you can never tell. Here, task at 1. Insane carry by Richie. So, if history repeats itself, we are going to map 5, which is beginnings. We need map 5. I don't care that it's 151. Just go to map 5. I'll sleep till 11 tomorrow. Then play Sideswipe for 12 hours. No problem. Yeah, Neil is drifting there. That is not what you want to do. But they have a chance. Come on, I believe in Richie. I just want to watch beginnings at this point. Like, we're already here. It's already late. Just let's watch beginnings. Come on. For the cinema aspect. I play random, I'm a fucking clown, but when I play good, I play so much better. That happens quite a lot. Because you just want to get through the match. You know it's gonna be easy, so you're not fully locked in. But when you play against proper players, then you're fully focused and you're doing the proper lines that you practiced. That's the difference. Ah, they got it. No! No, Richie, what are you doing? No. Oh, this is bad. Come on. I am a Tascat fan right now.
Ace.
Come on. Need an ace. What is Neil's PB? It can't be good. Yeah, this is worse than spams. Come on, Neil. We believe. We need Neil for beginnings. Come on. It's gonna be difficult. And mistakes can happen. Anything can happen. This is Supercross. Random landing bugs can happen. He's got one, I believe. Then he gets wrecked by Bob because he's on keyboard. Okay, that works. He's coming closer. Keeps gear 3. Huge. Bad entry angle. No. Not like that. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Richie back to first, but we need Neil.
Draw.
Come on. They need an ace plus a victory. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be very difficult, this one. I still believe. There can definitely be a round where both Onyx players stumble quite hard. Like in the bumpy part, maybe one clips the checkpoint here. There are things that can happen where Neil can win with a 117. By win, I mean get second with Richie first. That was bad. He dropped the gear, but then Cackney with a mistake. What is that bob line? Nah, he had him there. Come on, come on, come on, come on. At least it's gear 3. That's the best thing I can say about this. It's still gear 3 at least. Come on. Too late and then too much. Maybe if both respawn here, but it's so unlikely. That's not enough. Yeah, enough.
Draw.
It's just even this is better than his PB. That's the problem. Someone get Neil some Bob coaching. I mean, you can do well on keyboard here on Bob. Paco has a pretty good time. He just uses action key 4, as you can tell from the public PB. Like, you shouldn't lose that much. Well, as long as Richie keeps getting first, I'll keep the fate. But that ace might be too much. Like, maybe if it was just a loss, but maybe they could have recovered. Like, this is a huge gap. It just respawns don't happen often here. That is the thing. Sometimes people lose gears and whatnot, but don't really see people respawn a lot here. Ah. Maybe if someone flies out there or misses the finish, but I don't think we've seen a single finish miss today. Cackney even wins. Nice. Decent time. Decent time. 4 points might be too much.
Victory.
Think it might be Onyx Puff Bros. We're not gonna get to watch beginnings. Nah, I wouldn't say everyone. I think this is inaccurate. It's way more than 4. It's more like 40%. But I think, given the circumstances, Richie has been playing really well. Even in the previous match. Like, look at how hard he has to carry. And I just wanted to watch Cackney on beginnings. It actually might be over now. Neil is too far behind. Richie messed up on Bob. What was that line? He actually made it. He was on his nose at one point. It's crazy what you can get away with there. And sometimes you think you get a good landing and it's good evening, gear 2. No, come on, come on. Get it, get it, get it. Get it! Yes, he wins the round. How can you say that he's not playing well? Look at this. Surely after that, like, he was third, so far behind the top 2, and he won the round. Surely they get an ace now. Neil evolves into Jadon and drives 114.7. Not like this. Already a huge gap. I don't see it. Oh, 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 all the gears are not gearing. Yeah, he did. Apparently he PB'd by a lot. In the match, I think it was in the grand final. Or one of the big matches. It was either against like Nemesis or Boca. It was against the top team. Yeah, grand final against Boca then, yeah. Anyway, Richie is first. PB by 0.3 is mad. Nah, Richie has it, we believe. Bang. Easy. I got excited. Now or never. Now or never.
Draw.
We believe in Neil. Come on, Neil is the GOAT. Has to get it. Hasn't won a single round this match. Alright, that's acceptable. Come on, get the no slide. Close enough. At least they did it together. Alright. Well, we are getting close to the grand final, finally. Just one more match, which could potentially go to map 5. That is very nice. I need to watch this again. That is such a nice strategy for that section, what he just did. Looks so fluid. Hey, Jaden had more than you. Damn. Even with a PB, nice. Nice, deserved win in the end. A teammate of Zebras, I beat 90 hours pract. Yeah, but he's only a sub. I don't know if he's gonna get to play again.
Ace.
Or if it's gonna be new prime. 45 first regional? For what, 5 maps? Yeah, 9 hours per map. That is proper. That is what players should be doing. 3 weeks, 45 hours, yeah. No prime was in matchmaking. Yeah, but you said he didn't look that great. Maybe just a bad map? Was he showing face? No, he was hiding it. He's a Chem 2 player. He should be good on Sideswipe. But so far it feels like the Chem 1 players are the best there. I think Massa played well there. Paco played well there. It's the Chem 1 players dominating. Yeah, I would imagine he's gonna play and not Jaden. I think Jaden also has a BIPL right now. Jaden new prime. Yeah, maybe. Didn't Epos say that he's not available for one of the regionals? Maybe. Or was that Aurel? Aurel definitely said that. Don't know if it was Epos too. Let's see if there's gonna be a longer break or just 3.5. Cackney says we can go. No, that was 1:15. Never mind. I think we're just going. Swift isn't winning anything. I don't think they're winning even with Epos. I don't think they're beating Boca on this map pack. I don't think what Otek did was a fluke in the slightest. I think he can play like that again. And if he does, then good luck to Swift. Top 3 is not good enough for them. The thing is, stage 2 gives more points than stage 1. If Boca keep winning, it's over. For Swift, they can't do anything then. They actually have to beat Boca. Top 3 is not good enough. Because if they get, let's say, 3rd, there's a very good chance Boca are one of the teams ahead of them. I think Swift are always gonna be in the top 4. That's the thing, right? It's always gonna be Swift, Boca, big nemesis. There's nobody else. It's the top 4. So they're not gonna get worse than 4th, but they need to finish ahead of Boca to have a chance. Wait, Neko says... yeah, fair. We'll see what you and Rotrex can do. Yeah, sure. Surprise me. Yeah, he has been Otak for sure. Rotrex isn't gonna play. Who's gonna play? Do you want to reveal or no? Chill with Viper. Alright. I see. You think Afi and Gwen are gonna play? We got 1 minute. Let's see. Let's see who's registered. Let me quickly check. What is their team name? What would... No participants found. Okay. Well done. Maybe he's just trolling. This would be a brilliant map pack for them. Much better suited than the first one. Imagine Gwen flying around those pipes. Precision on beginnings. That would be crazy. Waiting for lava stats. Some stats are out. But I think that was only for the fastest times. Probably not what you're looking for. Yeah, listen, if Afi and Gwen are playing, then add them. Then it's the top 5 teams. Add them to the list, of course. They are capable of winning this. Binks can do some generational trolling. Yeah, he did. In the previous regional. And look how that ended up. Although he didn't troll later on. He played really well in the semis and the grand final. Or the loser bracket final and the grand final. Like those two he played really well before he trolled. Alright, Supercross, snooze fest compared to everything else. But good pick, actually, good pick. Because both Carl and Spam are way off there. And air control, fair. They can come last 2 regionals, qualify for globals too and win that. Who can come last 2 regionals? Binks Prime can be world champion solo. I think so too. And I think cup mode fits him better than this. Just the type of player he is. Full risk, very fast. Because he's gonna win the round, then get last. Then that way get to finalist and then just blow everyone away by pace and win. I think Binks can win a cup mode World Cup. It would be easier for him, I think, than Duo. But then again, Otak is unreal, so... They can win this year too. I think they're gonna go there, for sure. I think they qualify through points. You said last 2. Final 2 then. Yeah, because you said they can come last 2. Like, as if they can be down there with Boldo. Like, 1-5. I'm joking, he had 2-3. It's just the way you worded it, it sounded like they can get smashed 2 regionals and then qualify. They don't have enough points for that. No, of course. If they win, like, 1 regional, get top 3, the next one, it's enough points. Border's not in the last year. Nah, I was kidding. I know you won 2 matches. Well, 1.5, sort of. Onyx not picking beginnings? I mean, they did lose last time. Yeah, it would have been some cinema decision making at least. Let's see. I think Onyx definitely win this. I think they definitely win Supercross, and I think Puff Bros definitely win Air Control. Other than that, I think anything could happen on all of the other maps. Given how long this has been going on for. So you never know what the state of the players is. It's just here I think the gap was too big. Because both Carl and Spam were really struggling. Let's see if Spam is awake. I trust the process. Mada, Carl, Pack, Afi, Gwen. Top 2. Scrappy has a 2nd place. Season 1. The TM2 season. Not the beta season. Season 1. If you count the beta season, then Kappa won also. So it's quite a long list then, if you even add Scrappy to that. Oh, maybe he practiced instead of sleeping. Nah, Afi never won. Afi lost the pack. Spam struggling there with gears. Carl is looking better. Maybe he has practiced in the meantime. Still losing to Noja though. There goes Noja. Same mistake. Cackney decides not to respawn. Might be the better decision. It is indeed. He glitched through the ice there. And Noja will win the round. With Cackney in 3rd. Well, Afi never won that season. Yeah, as Nico said, that was the multiplayer season. Pack won that. You're probably thinking of Launchpad. Afi got 2nd that season. Yeah, that's fall 2021. That was the closest he's come. Well, Onyx on their way to get another victory here. It's looking good. Now, you can just tell Carl doesn't have anywhere near as much pace as he would like to on this. Ooh, could even be an ace. Carl is coming back. Keeps the gear. Turns too early, has to readjust. Much better ice slide than previous time. Still loses to Noja though. Who can get the smoother downhill? Looks like it might be Carl, but then gets the bump, which will allow Noja to get 2nd. And Cackney with a PV. Decent time. Yeah, Onyx got this. Onyx got this map. Yeah, see ya. Yeah, watch the ads and then leave. You gotta watch the ads. You're not allowed to leave before. You're fighting with the program. Like, it's easy. Oh, chance maybe. Chance for Puff Bros. Thank you for the Prime Sub, Wiggity. Really appreciate the support. But can this be the ace for Puff Bros? Surely Noisia is faster than Spam. Now he usually does this really well, Noisia. At this time he drops the gear. This has to be it. Oh, keeps the gear. Ice Slide and the Identity to go. Better setup for Noisia. Will have more exit speed. Why did he elect to do that? What a risk! Makes it work. And he saves the day. Huge. Nice try by Spam. Almost BB'd. I think they needed to go their way to save this. Gonna have circuits, Hall effect sticks from normal calibration. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to help you right now. That's the only thing I can give you. I don't have anything else. Maybe it doesn't work for Hall effect. Oh, Puff Bros showing they're not done. This is okay to survive. Spam able to overtake one with that. If they get a victory, that's at least 1 point back. Oh, but better bob by Cackney. Really wants to win this, give it a Noisia is in last. Keep that 3-point gap. Both keep gear 3. On to the next part where you want to keep the gear. Carl drops to 2. And has a scuffed ice slide due to that. No chance he catches up unless Cackney allows him to. Nah, good identity by Cackney. Yep, solid round. One Spam has also made a mistake. So the gap is not only shrinking, it's actually growing. 4 points now.
Victory.
Onyx 2 away from winning the first map of the grand final. Yeah, so far as expected. I hope so. Good luck with that. I'm being a little bit drunk, yeah, maybe that's the problem. Maybe do it in the morning. Against Orange Star for Spam, kinda gets stuck in the ice slide. Very low exit speed, but still better than Cackney. Noisia also with a slow round. Maybe this is the chance. This could be last chance saloon for Puff Bros. They gotta get the ace now, but Spam is only losing compared to Noisia. Even Cackney is catching Bob Diff once again. Cackney, the Bobslayer. Now in a draw formation, which obviously goes in the favor of Onyx. A great ice slides by both. No chance Spam can catch up with that. Yeah, good enough identity. That's all they need. It just needs to be good enough. Doesn't need to be amazing. Nice jump.
Draw.
Just a few pixels over the finish line. And it's enough to secure the draw. Which out of the map do you think is the closest to be a Spam of the day? Pipe dance. Beginning's not far behind. Other maps are way more normal. Well, Sideswipe is just a mess camera-wise, but... Wouldn't say it's as crazy as those two. I mean, right now, Puff Bros have to get the ace. There is no other choice. And Spam is already 0.6 behind Noisia. 0.7 now. Carl also in third. It's looking grim. How did they do this? Keeps the gear at least. One more gear to keep an eye on. Makes it work. Needs the best ice slide ever. That is not it. Kekni and Noisia are not slowing down. Ooh, a little bit bumpy. A little bit more bumpy, but still good enough. Because Noisia has it. Nice try by Spam. Yeah, that's enough. Quite a comfortable victory. Never in doubt, really. So Onyx take a 1-0 lead. But you don't find the pipe dance fun. That's crazy. It's the most fun map of the map pack, for me at least. At least trying. There's the effort. But try when you're sober. Find someone to play? Yeah, probably not. Don't know. You need to ask him first. Maybe he would want to play it. I hope I can play that as well. It was a Mime and Paco, the first one. No, Mime and the Forever. They played the first one. Maybe me and Paco can play this time. We'll see. I'd like to play, but if I don't, it's also fine. Well, here, Puff Bros should be the favorites. This is their map pick, but Spam is already out and Carl is in third. Not the start they wanted. Kekni also had an insane start to the round. Carl doesn't get the nose down he wanted. A good jump is coming closer to at least second. But Onyx look on it right now. They have been playing for so long without any bigger breaks. Maybe they've fully turned their brains off. Just pulling like machines. Yeah, never mind. Maybe turn the brains back on so that doesn't happen. Good jump. Nah, they still got the draw though. That could have been more. That could be an interesting map. If Spam is really sleepy and tired, maybe Onyx have a really good chance. Thought you don't like fast learn comps. Not really. But I think it would be different with a teammate. We would definitely be on voice if it was fast learn. I think I would enjoy it more. I just don't like when I'm on my own in fast learn. It's different when it's 2v2, especially if I have a good teammate. And either of them is a good teammate, so I would happily play. Yep, Spam once again struggling. It's looking better for Onyx. Carl will have to carry here. And as I say that, he is up to first. Yo, Daka. Thanks for the raid. Yo, welcome, raiders. This is still going on, believe it or not. Yo, Jess, JJ, iCoco, Dombuck. Welcome to the grand final of the 6th American Regional. You like pickles, apparently. Who doesn't? It's gonna be another draw. Chance for Spam, maybe. He gets it. Huge. Huge, 1 point ahead.
Victory.
And now it's in Carl's hands. Come on. Can they equal the score? Oh, Noisia with a really poor start. This is not where you want to drip anytime. Let's see if they can get the quarter pipe jump. Oh, Carl, very low speed. Makes it still. Noisia also makes it. This is a really close map. I mean, if this is Puff Bro's best map, then they might be in the mud. Oh, Noisia gets the gear. You don't want to do that. Want to stay in gear 3. Could this be the round? Oh, but look at Cackney go. That loses a little bit on the drift compared to the 2 Tech World Champions. This is super close. He needs first here. Oh, what a turn by Carl. On to the next jump. Very nice, very tight. Who gets the better release? Where is Spam? Spam has a bit more speed but hits the brick. Ah, nice try. Had to try there.
Victory.
Thought you were playing for a second. Yeah, I'm playing and casting. I'm doing everything. Now, Spam is obviously not fully practiced because he's just a sub. Because Pack is on some golf tournament. But he is trying. And they still have a pretty good chance to win. They've already won this matchup once today in the winner bracket final. So definitely doable. A slow start now for Cackney. And Puffbro's gotta win this map, that's for sure. Oh, and Noisia with the respawn. Huge chance for Puff Bros. This is where they got ace. Surely. That is not a good J for Cackney either.